Hello, everybody, and welcome to Robin the Squared Bound. I guess I've been on a bit of a glitch kick as of late, and what's the best way to celebrate your admiration of a franchise than to date every single character within that franchise? This game came out, I've heard some positive reception about it. It seems cute, and I thought, you know what? I kind of want to. I think this will be a nice. I think this will be nice. I think this will be a nice little, a cozy little experience. I want to see if I can manage to date. I looked into this. There's 6 possible paths. Jax, Ragatha, I believe Kinger. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot her name. I honestly forgot. Oh my god, what's her name? Oh my god, I'm such a fake fan. Wait, what preferences? Oh, that makes sense. Settings. Zoople. No, that's Zoople. Who's this? That is... Oh, of course I know her name. I'm just joking. It's a really funny joke. And there's Bubbles, there's Pomni, there's Zooble, there's Kane. Let's just start. I just got up, so I'm still... I've been getting morning dizziness, and I'm blaming it on that. This game is fan-made. It is no way officially affiliated or endorsed by Glitch Productions or Gooseworks. All events and interactions in the game are non-canon. Please do not reach out or harass anyone on Glitch Productions team about this game. This game contains sprite flash transitions. Okay. Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of lifestyle school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher. Become a straight-A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning? Sure. More colors. Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you? Call me Robin? Robin, huh? Are you sure you like that name? When you say it that way, I'm not sure. Sure. Alrighty then, Robin. Let's head inside. Hi, my name is Robin. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. Oh, this is so... it's so tropey. It's very fun. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is the first day at this new school. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger. So where's the teacher? I step into the room to let in any other students that might be late to class. Someone else hops into the... Hops? Is it Jax? The figure looks like a tall white piece of a gaming set. Oh. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. It takes me a moment to put 2 and 2 together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be... Hello. Oh god, I have to do voices. Kinger, it's more like, hello. That's not right. Pomni. Hello. Howdy, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of genuine sense of excitement. Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's your name again? Hey everyone, I'm Robin. Look forward to learning with you all, and I hope we can be friends. Robin, don't mess with me and we'll be good. Robin, and I'm always down for a good time. So this is probably more like the Jax option, maybe more Zubul option, or Ragatha Pomni option. Who do we want to go for first? You know what? I'll just play as I would genuinely do, and we'll just like as close to how I would do these interactions in real life, and then we'll see who the game starts pairing me up with. I think this is, yeah, keep it short and sweet. Radio, go on and take any open seat, Robin. Most of our students don't bite. One of the students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. I sit next to the girl in a colorful hat and sailor uniform, shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and ribbon body. I definitely know her name. I've seen every episode of this show twice. That's a real fact about me. I sit next to the mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. I sit next to the cheery-looking ragdoll, mischievous-looking purple rabbit. Sit down in the teacher's chair. That's funny. Just because I feel bad. I sit next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and ribbon body. But even as I sit down and look at my new desk neighbor, she doesn't seem to have noticed me. Instead, she's drawing something in her sketchbook. I'm not used to being ignored like this, so I lean over to see what she's drawing. When she notices me, she flinches away, blushing furiously. Oh, sorry, I didn't see you there. You're the new student. I'm Gangle. I'm Gangle. She seems really timid. I'm not sure there's anything I could do that would make her feel at ease. Nice to meet you, Gangle. What are you working on? Oh, these? Gangle seems surprised by the questions, but isn't shy away from responding. Well, sometimes I just like to sketch. They're not really good or anything. That's cool. You're an art student? Gangle offers me a sheepish smile. That's right. I guess you could call me an artist. She pauses a moment, seeming to revel in that statement before timidly correcting herself. I mostly just sketch and stuff. Nothing crazy. Right as I catch a glimpse of her happy demeanor, she retreats back into her own shyness. About to open my mouth to ask about her skittishness when the abstract figure near me speaks up. Gangle's just being modest. She's actually a really good artist, and the star of our school's art club. Gangle blushes again, giving another one of the shy smiles that seems to be her trademark. See, that's what I was thinking about. This is messed up. I have very similar thoughts about something like this to something like in Persona 5, where it's like, it kind of sucks that everyone just has to date the main protagonist, or can only date the main protagonist, because it's like, these two are so much of a better pair than I would be for either of them. But I'm gonna end up dating them both, because, I want views. The blush and the smile are kind of cute on her. Oh, thanks. I think your art is really good too, Zubul. So that's what their name is. Gangle seemed pretty confident talking to Zubul, so they must have a history. So you're both artists? Zubul shrugs. I do a little bit when I have time. I don't do it as often as Gangle, though. Huh. Can I see your art? Let's ask... who should... Gosh, keep having to make decisions. Let's keep with Zubul. Or Gangle. Gangle and Zubul too. I asked Gangle to see her art first. Oh, well, maybe, She rifles through the papers, taking a few moments to look for one she deems good enough to show. She timidly hands me the sketch, an anime-style sketch, complete with big eyes, small mouth, and a big head. It's yaoi. Upon further inspection, it looks kind of familiar. Gangle interrupts my thoughts. It's kind of a rough sketch. Please don't look too close. She says the latter phrase under her breath. I'm not sure if she intends for me to hear her or not. Yeah, this sucks. No, it's impressive. I wish we could see the art, but I get it. It's a free game. Gangle smiles and blushes, timidly taking back her sketch and giggling. Thank you. That's really nice of you to say. There's a lingering warmth in her tone and her smile as she goes back to sketching. I feel like I'm getting along well with Gangle, despite her shyness. I try to pay attention to Mr. Kinger's lecture, but I can't help but steal an occasional glance at Gangle's sketchbook. When class is getting ready to end, I feel one of her ribbons gently tap my shoulder. Me and Zubul usually sit outside in the courtyard during lunch. You should join us. I can't deny the offer is very tempting. It was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure turned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school. Kinger class, how do you do? Principal Kane extends a hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. But they sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slam shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth, like they're not solid objects. Robin, wasn't expecting you here. Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me. Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to making this school interesting. He pauses a moment, rubbing his base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Is there a reason you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up. Oh, that's right. The reason I'm here to make sure we all have an enriching academic experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure. He begins to list more and more descriptors, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying. And most of all, interesting to our studio and audience. He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he trusting somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside. However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it. Kane bites on his hand in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at this revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears. However, my sweet-toothed students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring back public interest back to the school in a major way. At this point, the sharp-toothed bubble next to him pipes up. How are you bringing interest back into the school, Mr. President? Kane shoots the bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later. You see, my little Tomar Emeralds, what's one thing no academy around here has ever had? A cast of colorful characters. A competent principal. Adequate funding. Kane shakes his head. Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a culture festival, celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy, we gotta keep the interest of our investors after all. Egads, I'm always late for my deep tissue massage. Alright, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days, break a leg or 2. As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment. Alright, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival. Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud. Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues. You can count on me. Zubul and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival. I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else. Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is. Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like his idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up with when she draws Ragatha. Jax! Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts in chaos as Zubul and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to figure out what a culture festival is. And Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of class and get her classmates to pay attention. For his part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if I had summoned it by thinking of it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and flies out of the classroom. Or files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. After my chaotic first half of the day, I worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I picked up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scanned the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. Let's go to Zubul and Gangle. I pick up a garden salad from the cafeteria and stride out into the courtyard. Though there are half a dozen tables out here, they're mostly empty, and it's easy to find Gangle and Zubul. Gangle gives me a big wave with one of her ribbon arms, her comedy mask showing an expression of cautious excitement. Zubul lifts up their claw hand in a friendly wave as well. Hi guys, thanks for the invite. No problem. Did they coordinate that? Either that or they've just been friends for a long time. So Robin, how are you liking our school so far? Well, it's pretty different from my old school. I start, Zubul and Gangle waiting on my next words. But I think I'm starting to like it here. Gangle smiles, pushing the tips of her ribbon hands together with a gentle blush. I like it here too. I'm really excited for this culture festival. That was Gangle, my bad. We pass the time in relative silence as we eat our lunches. Zubul is the first to break the silence, pointing at my meal. Are you a vegan or something? Oh, this? I gesture to my salad. Not really, I just grabbed something that looked good before heading out to meet you guys. I think it looks good. Zubul shrugs. I like to bring food I can cook myself, and I can't stand what Kane stocks the cafeteria with. Gangle has a gentle smile on her face as she pokes a bit of shrimp tempura with a chopstick. How she manages to use chopsticks when both of her hands are the tips of red ribbons is honestly very impressive. I don't think it's all bad. There's a lot of traditional Japanese foods in the cafeteria. I never got to eat sushi when I was in high school before. They go back and forth like this for a bit while I stab at the remnants of my salad. A hush falls over our table for a moment, then... So, Zubul, are you gonna help me get art done for the culture festival after lunch? Zubul looks at Gangle pointedly. Honestly, I'm tired of talking about the culture festival. It's just another one of Kane's stupid plans to make us all come together and make him feel good about himself. I mean, come on, Gangle. He's having Pomni look up what a culture festival is. He doesn't care about the culture festival at all. It's just something to make us busy. I don't see why I should put in any more effort than Kane is, you know? There's a faint tinkle, like something delicate fracturing, and Gangle's smile falters. Gangle's lip starts quivering, tears welling up at the side of her mask. Zubul. Gangle, I didn't mean to... But their apology is too late. Gangle's comedy mask has broken and now lies on the table in front of us in two pieces. Gangle is sobbing loudly. Alright, bit of an overreaction. They give me a meaningful look. Come on, Robin, you understood what I meant, right? I think would be better help. Um, Maybe Up is more like more Gangle route, and then this is more Zubul route of like, no, I understand how Zubul feels, and this is I understand how Gangle feels. Um, I feel like I've already kind of like mentally committed to the Gangle route, just because I don't know, because I feel bad that I forgot her name. Thanks, Robin. Gangle sniffles, sliding one of her ribbon hands over mine on the table. Zubul glares at me. Come on, Robin, don't make me out to be the bad guy here. If you'd been through enough of Kane's bullshit, you'd be sick of these sort of things too. Zubul, it's clear this culture fair means a lot to Gangle. Can't you just put your anger at Principal Kane aside for this? I'm not angry, I'm just frustrated with Kane and the... They sigh, standing up and giving Gangle an apologetic look. I'm sorry, Gangle. I'm gonna go now. I will stop Zubul and try to get them to reconcile, but Gangle is still crying, and right now she has to take priority. Robin, did you really mean what you said about helping me with the art for the festival? Of course I do, Gangle. Even though I'm so bad at art. I hate doing it because it hurts my wrists. Gangle picks up remnants of her comedy mask, trying to put on a brave new face as she stands up from her half-eaten lunch. That's really nice of you. I didn't feel like doing my work all alone. Gangle sniffles. And I don't think Zubul wants to hang out with me right now. She sinks deeper into her own sadness, sagging physically with the emotional weight she feels. I support her as we make our way to the art studio, draping one of her arms over my shoulder as I support her. Once we step inside, Gangle starts to regain her composure, wiping her face and taking a seat at the table. She gets to work immediately, picking up a pencil and drawing an anime character with a big smile and a cheerleading uniform. The more engrossed she gets in her art, the more she manages to smile. Her pain fading as she adds more and more details to her drawing. Gangle, you're really good at this. She jumps as I finish talking to her. I think she was so engrossed in her drawings she lost track of her surroundings. Robin, you really think so? She gives me a hopeful smile. Of course I do. She starts leaning towards me as she continues to draw. After an hour or so, she's fully taken up my space and hers as she adds details, working at the paper from every possible angle. Almost. She begins to shade in some areas of the drawing and go back over some of her lines to thicken them as she finishes up. Done. She picks up her drawing, holding it in front of me with a cautious smile. That's cute. It's an anime-style girl that strongly resembles Pomni in a cheerleading uniform holding up a pair of pom-poms. Pom-pom. It's pom-pomni. Around the words are, Pomni wants you to get pumped. What do you think? It's really good, Gangle. Gangle smiles at me. Thanks, Robin. You promise you're not just saying that? I'm serious. Gangle blushes, looking away from me as she continues. I'm really excited to work with you to make the Culture Festival a success. Just as I finish cheering up Gangle, the bell to dismiss class rings. We didn't help at all. We just stood there and gave one compliment. Oh no, I kept you here and you missed all your afternoon classes. It's okay, Gangle. I wanted to be here. Well, we should probably grab our things. I walk to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events. I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar masked girl walks up to me. Hey Robin, want to walk back with me? I can show you some other art I've done, and you can tell me what you think of it. She gives me a hopeful look. Sure thing, Gingle. I'd like that. Gingle almost melts into the shy giggles as she takes my hand and leads me out. As we get to walking, Gingle and I start talking about her art again. I'm as full of compliments as ever. Seriously, Gingle, you should show more people your art. I bet you could even successfully publish a manga-inspired webcomic or something like that. Oh. Did I say something wrong? Her face falls instantly. Sorry, what you just said just reminded me of something. Something about my past I don't like to remember. Back when I was an ex-Marine. She looks away from me. Back when I was an ex-Marine. That don't make sense. I didn't mean to hurt her feelings. I decided to leave the topic alone for now. Desperate to change the topic as we leave school for the day, I decide to ask her a question. So, Gingle, do you drive to school or do you take the bus? Huh? She tilts her mask as she stares at me confused. You know, how do you get from here to your house? Robin. She trails off. Do you not know? Not know what? Gingle presses her ribbon hands together, seeming to give her next words a great deal of thought. Robin, we live on campus. What? I must have misheard her. Also, who's we? I'm certain I was dropped off by my parents today. Even if I can't remember what car I was dropped off in. Or what my parents look like. Or what my house looks like. Oh, so we're an NPC. Oh, that's freaky. Yeah, Kane made us some housing on campus after Kinger started cluttering our homeroom with his pillow fort. Before we complained, we all just had to sleep at our desks. Oh, that's cool for you guys, but who's we? Gingle pauses before gesturing to the school, herself and even me. Zubul, Pommy, Jax, me, Ragatha, and now I guess you do too. I start to breathe in and out rapidly, sweat rolling down my face as the weight of her words strike me. No way, but, my parents dropped me off this morning, didn't they? I can't remember anything about them, but I'm sure I was dropped off. Maybe. Probably. Gingle gives me a concerned look. Robin, you're scaring me. I can hear the threat of panic and despair in her voice. This music is not fitting for the vibe right now. I feel like lo-fi beats have your reality altered too. I take a deep breath. I have to be strong for Gingle. Okay. Can you lead me to my dorm? Gingle still looks a little concerned, but the threat of all-encompassing despair has left her voice, and she's able to give me a gentle smile as she offers one of her ribbon hands for me to take. Sure thing. As we walk, I start asking her about the dorms. What kind of things I can expect? Like, does each dorm have a bathroom? Is a bed already set up for me? How much privacy do we have in our dorms? Well, I don't really know about your dorm because each of ours are customized to ourselves. Customized? But every room has at least a bed and a desk. She's trying to make the best of this strange situation, but I keep my more skeptical comments to myself. Well, that's nice. Gingle leads me to a nearby building. So that's... middle one is Pommy, is to the right is either Jax or Kinger, probably Jax. Left is more like kind of Japanesey, so that's probably Zubul. Up there is Gingle. Barn door makes me think Ragatha. Oh, and then the left would be Kinger. That makes sense. Because it's kind of same, looks like the same type of wood that he is. Gingle leads me to a nearby building. We started walking past all the rooms. Even the doors seem customized. Pommy's door is half red and half blue, like her outfit in class. Right at this door looks like the door to a ranch-style house, almost as out of place in the plain dorm hallway as Polly's room. Jax's door is crisscrossed with black and yellow striped tape. Oh, this is our room. Oh, it would make sense that Kinger would live somewhere else. We finally come to my room, a plain oak door embossed on a brass nameplate. Whoa. Embossed on a brass nameplate is my name. I guess this is your room. She gives me a shy smile. As I push the door open, I can see Gingle shifting in the periphery of my vision, trying to peek inside to see what my room says about me. She's probably just as disappointed as I am as we peer into my room. Yeah, very plain. Walls are plain. A boring gray mattress sits on a wooden bed frame with folded duvet on top emblazoned with the school emblem, as well as a pair of white pillows. A disused PC that looks like it's from the 80s is sitting on a desk in the far corner of the room. There's also a stack of paper and an assortment of office-style pens and pencils. Oh, it's nice. She's trying to inject as much false enthusiasm as she can muster, but neither Gingle nor I are particularly impressed with the room. Sorry if it's not as impressive as everyone else's. I blurt out. No, it's fine. I think it's cool that it's plain like this. It gives you a lot of room to customize it yourself. We both look at each other. Every once in a while, one of us tries to start a conversation, but neither of us can keep one alive for long. Well, I'll leave you to your new room. Yeah. A part of me wants her to stay so I don't have to confront my bland and depressing room alone, but I also know it would just make things more awkward. Thanks for showing me to my room, Gingle. No problem. I'll see you tomorrow in class. She's asking me if I'm gonna bother showing up tomorrow. Sorry, my water bottle fell. It probably made a noise. It is over there now. The thought of trying to run or just hiding in my room is appealing, but I couldn't abandon Gingle like that. Yeah, I promise. Gingle offers me a shy smile as she heads out of my room. To be fair, this is actually pretty nice for a dorm. I've had my fair share of dorms in a day. There's a lot of space, there's a closet, that's insane. The desk is nice, the chair, that's a pretty good chair for a dorm. There's no splotches anywhere. I don't think I've ever been in a splotchless dorm before. That's insane. Trying to adjust to my new home. I stand there so long, I almost don't notice as a piece of paper slips under my door. I turn around to pick it up. It's a drawing by Gingle. Aw, that's cute. She drew herself in a sailor uniform, smiling. Underneath, she has written the caption, "Welcome to our school." She's so adorable. I find a container of thumbtacks and push one into the wall above my bed, decorating my room with Gingle's art. It's a small piece in a mostly blank room, but it's something, and I'm so grateful to Gingle for trying to make me feel comfortable here. Maybe things won't be so awful. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my dorm flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code? Hello, my darling toy box characters! Principal Kane announces from what sounds like the hallway. Oh well, time to investigate. Kane, what the are you trying to pull this late at night? Gingle with her body pillow. Everyone's still fully dressed. Ah, Zooble! As fast as Zooble. As fast as laugh. Fast, force, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it. You're lucky I even let you get to sleep. This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor. I'm here because even with the cultural fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers that this academy needs us to. which is why I've secured us a sponsorship. I can think of a joke. Sounds like you just said it for a joke. Couldn't think of one, and that's my bad. I'm still new to this. What can I say? He stretches out the last word using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words. Without further ado, I introduce you all to... A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about. The Wacky Watch. You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect setting, teen drama. But we're adults. I'm actually... Not now, Gingle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each of your wrists. Each of us glanced down. To my shock, this watch is already on my wrist. How did it get here? What in the... I don't know how to make Pomni and Gingle's voices distinct enough. And then Ragatha, everyone's got their pitches, you know. And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrists with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they'll be taking a little piece of you with them. You can hear Gingle beginning to whine as panic sets in. Pomni tugs at her Wacky Watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed, her gloves stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down with a resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm of the Wacky Watch. What the... Principal Kane ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue. You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding we need to make it to day 5 and the culture fair, I need you wearing the Wacky Watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do bad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your Wacky Watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do at the culture fair. Bye! He stretches out the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. As one does. Okay. Ragatha. Well, I know it is... That's more... Well, I know it isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gingle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face. Tears well up in her eyes. I don't want a Wacky Watch. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gingle, how do I differentiate the voices? They're so similar. I mean, in the show they don't sound similar, but I don't have the... I don't know how to make my voice specific enough. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gingle, there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gingle, lifting her wrist and putting out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Okay, I think I can do it. I got this. Gingle sniffles. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Ragatha's just gonna be Southern. She's not in the show, but we're gonna roll with it. Yeah, that's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Boy, this acting is hard. Why do people do this? What the heck? Why is there a watch stuck to my arm? Sounds like Kinger, whatever. I decided to hide him in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flicked my dorm light off as I closed my door, checked my wacky watch. I got a picture chat from Gingle. Looks like she may have used a filter for her profile picture. I hate it here. Oh, this is so fun though. It looks like an old it looks like the kind of device you would have in like a edutainment sort of game, very like Pajama Max type of vibe. Principal Kane stinks. Lol. I really appreciate the time you spent with me today, Robin. From sitting next to me in class today to being nice about my art. I know this place isn't very fun, but I hope we can keep spending time together. You're pretty cool, Gingle. Oh, is that us? I really liked drawing posters with you today, even if my art skills need work. I really think everyone can do art if they try, and I can help you with some pointers if you want. That sounds perfect, Gingle. Your art on the Picture Chat app is so cool, by the way. Thanks, Robin. I hope you keep choosing to spend time with the art club. As long as you don't make fun of my art too much. Sleep well, Gingle. We got a lot of work tomorrow. They really struggle with the text boxes. It's fine. It's probably harder than it looks. You too. Looking forward to it. I would never type in just a single smiley face emote. This game is dragging my name through the dirt. I eventually get to sleep, but I can't stop thinking of Gingle and how cute her smile is. I want to be the best friend I can be to her. But I leave those thoughts for another day as sleep overtakes me. Oh god, there's 5 days. 5 days to figure out Jax's voice more like a yo. Ugh. 5 days to date each person? Christ. That's what? There's 6 paths? What's 5 times 6? That's at least 300 days? Christ. Oh, it's on the... I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my wacky watch says it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the silver of sunlight peeking from under my dorm. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in the closet. Yep. A series of perfectly pressed school uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Looks like Kane left me a note. Hi, Robin, this is Principal Kane. As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you've been provided a set of uniforms free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. You're doing a splendid job of keeping Gangle's comedy mask intact, you precocious little scamp. As long as you stay the course and keep her confidence up, I'm sure you two can produce some truly fine art to build hype for the school fair. Best of luck. As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Gingle. I'm about to head to school. Wanna join me? I'm waiting outside Gingle's door for a few minutes as she keeps getting ready. Oh no, oh dear, oh no. Is she okay in there? Gingle, is everything alright? I'm fine, don't come in. She says that, but I check my wacky watch. If we don't leave soon, we're gonna be late. I don't know what the consequence for that is, but seeing how omnipotent Principal Kane is and how impatient he can be, I don't want to risk the wrath. Like the oblivious lead in some kind of dating game, I push the door open. After she just said to not open the door? The sight that greets me is a surprise to say the least. Gingle has tripped, her skirt spread about her knees. She is desperately holding down the part of the skirt between her legs as the breeze from the door begins to lift it up. Gingle! Robin... This feels weird to read out. Robin, get out, you pervert. I'm sorry. Maybe I should have put in a faker name. The words barely leave my mouth before Gangle starts pelting me with various art objects lying about her. I would never do this. I'm very vampire when it comes to other people's places. A pencil, a protractor, and several crumpled up drawings make impact with my head as I close my eyes and stumble out of the room. I wait patiently for her to emerge from her room and tell me off, or for Zubul to snap my neck from behind for perving on their best friend. A few minutes later, Gangle has collected herself and is ready to leave. Gangle, I'm so sorry. Gangle huffs, turning away from me. Robin, ain't it? Christ. You know what? It's my bad for playing the anime tropey game and putting in my own real name. This is what I get. This is what I get for making these decisions. Robin, I didn't take you for the kind of person who won't respect a girl's privacy. I genuflect before her. I'm really sorry, Gangle. She turns slightly towards me, opening an eye to check if I'm sincere. My apology and the position I've taken are evidently enough to earn her forgiveness. Okay, we can still walk to school together. She offers her hand, or what part of her ribbon arm serves as her hand. But no trying to get a sneak peek up my skirt, you perv. I nod, apologizing again. Aren't you all just ribbon? That's not the right question. Gangle, I'm so sorry. That sort of thing never happens to me. I really didn't mean to see anything I wasn't supposed to. Gangle nods sagely. Good, let's go. Let's hope that's the end of that arc. The walk to homeroom is brisk. There's a chill in the morning air, and we have to speed walk just to make it in before the first bell. We talk about the art for the festival, and somehow we start talking about our favorite anime shows. I really like Xenon Evangels of the Exodus. Okay. Reference time. So, Xenon, that's a thing. Isn't that like a... Isn't that like more of like a Western show, Xenon? Evangels makes me think Evangelion. Of the Exodus... I don't know. Maybe it's referencing a particular anime, maybe it's just sort of anime sort of words mashed together. Oh, me too. My earlier foibles are forgotten as we step into the school and engross in our conversation. It really turned a lot of tropes of mech anime on their heads and inspired so many other works. I know Horokishi Aki wasn't very happy with the reception of the finale, but I really think it's a masterpiece. Okay, so that really does sound like they're talking about Evangelion. Yeah, I like that scene where the Red Ranger just wastes all those artificial Evangels and then takes the Mega Spear to the face. That's such a brutal moment. Okay, so that's... Yeah, that's, oh, the redhead girl's death. Oh, goodness, I cannot remember a single name today. Gangle gives me a disappointed look. Yeah, I guess that was cool too. It was more meant to be horrific and like tragic than like cool, but you know, maybe that's what Gangle's issue is. I watched it once. I didn't like it very much. Everyone hyped it up. I didn't much care for Evangelion. I liked the first few episodes, but as it went on, it went places. I didn't much care for it. I take my seat next to her as we step into class. I guess she was looking for more than just a surface reading. But I like your reading too. Maybe we can watch it again together. And you can point out all the scenes you like and what they mean. I mean, dissecting Evangelion's so pointless. It's got all the symbolism there, but it's not. They don't care about the symbolism. It's just symbolism because symbolism looks cool, you know. And they already confirmed. Not all the Christian symbolism, you know, doesn't mean anything. And then you've got all the Freud stuff, and it's like Freud's just such a hack anyway. It's like, why analyze any work based on what he thought, you know? Her smile returns. That could be fun. But before you watch anime with me, you need to be initialized. Initialized? We need to train your eye so you can see the deeper meaning behind the text. So, like my eye for detail. Exactly. Okay, how will I do that? I'm gonna send you some anime recommendations. God, I still need to watch Haseki no Kuni. I was told to watch that like 5 months ago. We only watched the first episode. I grin. She's pretty funny under that shy demeanor. Maybe I'll work today. Maybe I'll work tonight and I'll watch it. And please let me know some recommendations. Gingle giggles as she tries to hide her excitement. I have a master list on my Wiki Watch I can send to you. I nod, excited to start on Gingle's list. She excitedly begins to tap on her Wiki Watch, already sending me titles. None of these are weird anime, right? She puffs her cheeks at me. Says the one who tried to look at my skirt this morning. The Gingle, I said it was an accident. We laugh as Zubul sits down behind us. Zubul doesn't have anything to say to us. They seem visibly uncomfortable as Gingle and I keep talking. I can't help but feel guilty for my part in their argument. For her part, Gingle also casts a concerned look Zubul's way every once in a while. I should at least talk to Gingle later about what happened. Maybe I'll get on both of their good sides if I can help them get past their disagreement in the courtyard yesterday. Instead of going for lunch, I decided to look for Zubul. Finding them took practically no time at all. They were sitting alone in the courtyard. Gingle's also in the courtyard, but sitting at a different table. I sit down at Zubul's table first. Hey, Zubul. Zubul doesn't answer me as they pick at their plate. I know you and Gingle got into it yesterday. Instead of responding, Zubul just begins to pick more aggressively at their food, skewering a shrimp like they were executing a criminal. And I know I played a role in escalating things. You think? They snap at me, but at least we're talking now. Yeah, I know. I'm a jerk for making things worse. I just saw Gingle's feelings get hurt, and I said the first thing that came to my mind. Gingle and I go back way further than you've ever even been here. That's not hard since I've only been here 1.5 days, but I keep that to myself. You had no right acting like you were protecting her from me when I was venting about Kane, making me out to be the bad guy. Our conversation is so loud, it attracted Gingle's attention. Zubul, leave Robin alone. Robin came to me because they regret what they said yesterday. And Gingle, come on, we've known each other for a long time. You can't really let this clown break up our friendship. Was that a jab at me? Yes! In what world was it not a jab at you? But again, I can't deny that Zubul is right. It wouldn't be completely right for Gingle to just abandon their friendship because I started something. Why are you two fighting again? It's my fault, isn't it? I've ruined everything. Gingle's comedy mask breaks down from the middle, tears flowing freely from the comedy mask underneath. Gingle, I'm sorry. I wasn't being fair to Zubul yesterday. What? Yeah, I was being kind of I trail off, searching for the words. Jackie? I nod. Yeah, Jackie. I saw you upset, and I just reacted immediately instead of thinking about what Zubul was really trying to say. Gingle turns to Zubul. Is that really true? Do you really not hate the culture fair, Zubul? She manages to stifle her tears just long enough to ask them. No, I hate the culture festival. Gingle's frowns begin to widen as tears perk at the edges of her mask again. But I know it means a lot to you, and if caring about it and doing our best to make art for it is what you want, then as your friend, I promise I'll do my best to help. Oh, Zubul. Gingle says Zubul's name, but she throws her arms around Zubul and me at the same time, holding both of us close. Zubul glowers at me a bit, still not fully over the fact that I picked a fight between them, but is quiet enough that Gangle doesn't notice. Gangle turns to face Zubul. Zubul, you're my best friend. Gangle turns to face me. Robin, I've only known you a little while, but I really appreciate you spending time with me. The culture fair means so much to me. Gangle wipes at her tears. I asked Kane to propose it to the student body for me, but I actually came up with it. I really want to share this with both of you. Zubul looks shocked at the revelation, then immediately guilty. Oh my god, Gangle, I'm so sorry. I wouldn't have said anything about it if I knew it was your idea. I only hated it because I thought Kane came up with it. It's okay, Zubul. I forgive you. I stand with Zubul and Gangle for a long time in Gangle's delicate embrace. Finally, Gangle finds her composure. So, can we go to the art classroom together, as friends? I don't see why we can't. What about you, Robin? You doing anything this afternoon? Not really. I don't think they take roll at my afternoon classes. Good, you're coming with us. Are we all ready to get started? I'm ready. Me too. Gangle motions for me to sit next to her as we start on our poster ideas. I really like to draw manga and anime characters, but maybe I can help you too. She sounds super excited. My heart skips a beat at her exuberant voice and the sweet smile that warms her face. I noticed your art style could use some work, but I really think once you get the right line work on the page, everything else is less important. Let's start drawing. How about you draw somebody you know? My mouth goes dry as I try to think of somebody other than Gangle to draw, but I can't. I pick up my pencil hesitantly, every line crooked and wavy as I try desperately to avoid something so bad that Gangle will think it's meant to insult her. The final result is distorted, crooked, wide in places it should be thin, and thin in places it should be wide. This actually is realistic how I draw. I tried doing the draw once a day for 100 days sort of challenge thing. I think mostly just ended up in a bunch of Amphibia fan arts that I had just watched the show at the time, and God, it was hard and rough, and I look back at those images sometimes and it's like I could put them on screen right now, but I won't. Gangle plucks it off at my desk, holding it right in front of her face as she rotates it left, then right, completely lost as to what it's supposed to be. Finally, she leans over to me, speaking under her breath so Zubul can't hear us. Zubul doesn't wear a sailor uniform, Robin, and I really don't think they would appreciate this drawing. I breathe a sigh of relief at the case of mistaken identity. Still, it's a testament to how unready I am to draw that my Gangle drawing looks like Zubul. Here, I'll draw something and you can watch my line work, and then you can sketch it from reference. Gangle smiles at the genius of her own idea. She spends a few moments scratching out some lines, but by the time she's done, she has a portrait of a beautiful, slender anime girl with long hair wearing a frilly dress. You don't have to do the dress or any other details. Just try the face. I try to draw the face at first, but I end up giving the figure the square jawline of a grizzled combat veteran. I crumple up the paper and start again. The next chin I draw is way too sharp. She looks like something out of a child's nightmare. I finally get the chin and general face right, but when I got to add hair, I realized I've drawn the face in such a way I can't mimic the hair Gangle drew for the character. I try to improvise, but Gangle is just shaking her head behind me. Robin, you're wasting paper that we need for the festival. Here, just let me... Gangle stands behind me, grabbing the pencil in my hand. Her sailor uniform presses into my back as I stand there, frozen. Now I'm sweating for a whole different reason. Womp womp. Take the scene from... What's that pottery movie? I've never seen it, but it's referenced a lot. Ghost. Her ribbon hand gently guides my pencil as I glides across the paper, drawing a perfect chin, neck, and hair. She furrows her brow as she concentrates on guiding my hand to draw the eyes. We're both so close right now that I can barely focus. Gangle. Come on, just a moment, Robin. Are you paying attention to what I'm doing with the pencil? You could say that. I'm paying attention to a lot of things right now. She finishes the drawing and I breathe a breath of relief as she stands up from behind me. Did you learn anything from that? I think so. Maybe you should do it one more time just to check. Gingle smiles at me. Good. Now try it again. I imagine Gingle right behind me, guiding me with her gentle strength through each line. The feeling of her pressed against me so etched into my memory. I can actually recall the line work, how deep to make the jawline, and how to think of the art in layers so I don't trap myself by drawing an impossible line. Even the gentle curve of the eyes and how to add lashes. I've managed to make a decent copy using Gingle's art as reference. Gingle's eyes are sparkling in amazement as she looks at my art. Wow, that was so much better, Robin. If you can keep up this level of work, you can use any of my posters that you like as reference and help us make progress. I smile. As long as you're willing to sit behind me and guide my pencil next time. Gingle blushes, realizing the intimacy of the moment we shared only after the fact. She giggles nervously. You really needed to improve, and you really, sometimes you have to learn that work from, that is. She's a nervous mess as a blush creeps across her mask. I'm just teasing you, Gingle. I think I got the hang of it now. Though I wouldn't say no to any more lessons. Gingle manages to compose herself, but the blush never fully leaves her face. Well, only if you work hard and really, really earn them. I can't stop smiling, and Gingle can't stop blushing, even as the bell to dismiss classes rings. This was a really good way to spend my afternoon. As the last bell rings, we make our way to the lockers. Did you get the list I sent you of anime you should watch? I glanced down at my wacky watch. Sure enough, there's a long list of anime and a text from Gingle, neatly organized from all-time best to guilty pleasure. Wow, this list is pretty long. Make sure to watch as many episodes as you can. I'll start as soon as I get back to the dorms. Good. She says that a little louder than she probably meant to. I know you'll love them. Gingle gives me a nervous smile, folding in on herself a little. I hope I like these animes as much as Gingle does. I find Gingle at the school entrance. Ready to walk home, Robin? I nod, stepping out into the cool autumn afternoon with Gingle. Thanks for waiting up for me. Thanks for waiting up with me. Where's Zubul? We've been around each other for so long. My voice is starting to mimic hers. They said they were going to talk to Ragatha about what kind of art she wants for the culture festival. She giggles. She giggles nervously. My nose is a bit clogged. I guess it's just us. I nod. Guess it is. As we walk to the dorms, Gingle seems fixated on her wacky watch, constantly pressing buttons or sketching art on it. I lean over a bit too close and accidentally bump against her. Gingle jumps as I brush her shoulder. Robin! She shrieks. Don't surprise me like that. I lean over to peer at Gingle's wacky watch. Instead of the default icons, she has made cutesy anime-style icons for all of the apps of the wacky watch. Wow, Gingle. I'm breathless. These icons are so cool. You really think so, Robin? Yeah. How'd you do that? Gingle taps the tips of her ribbons together shyly. Oh, it's just an app. I'm sure you can make icons for your wacky watch too. None of them would look this good though. Gingle blushes again. Surprisingly, for someone who was the most apprehensive about the wacky watches, she seems to be using it the most. We've reached the dorm building. As I walk Gangle to her room, I search feebly for a reason to spend more time with her, but find none. Hey, Gangle, it was really nice hanging out today. Yeah, it was. She gives me a shy smile. If you want to, maybe you can text me what anime you're watching. Then I can try to watch the same episode in my room and we can talk about it. I nod, excited at the idea of spending all night texting Gangle. That sounds like a lot of fun. Why don't you just watch it together? Yeah, well, good. Good. We stand there awkwardly for a moment. Well, I'm gonna get going in my room so I can start watching those animes, okay? Okay. We stand there for another few seconds, just smiling at each other before I actually leave for my dorm. As I sit down at my desk, realization hits me like a brick to the forehead. My computer doesn't work. I walk out of my dorm looking for anyone who could help me. I eventually see Zubel. Hey, Zubel. Hey, Robin. Did you need something? Yeah, Gangle recommended some anime for me to watch, but I really don't even have a working computer. Is there anywhere I can watch TV or something? Well, there's a working computer in the lounge. But make sure you use the headphones. Sometimes other students go in there to hang out, and they probably don't want to listen to whatever anime you're watching. I nod. Thanks, Zubel. To the lounge. I could never watch anime in a public place. The thought of it terrifies me. It's pretty nice as far as lounges go. I spy an old PC in the corner of the room. Jackpot. I walk over to the computer and plug the headphones into the jack. Going on. Watch anime wherever. Rust. Watch some pirated anime. That's very accurate. Dude, the 999,000th video? Blue butt, isn't it black butt? Oh, that's the joke. So we're watching Blue Butler. I've never seen Blue Butler, or I've never seen Black Butler. I've heard things about it. Not necessarily either good or bad. It's just some sort of okay, but somehow a lot of people watched it. Maybe it's good. I don't know. I've never seen it. I read over the summary before starting the first episode. A knight from hell is forced into a pact by a rich kid who binds him into the body of a butler and makes the Hell Knight help him avenge his family. Is that accurate? I wouldn't know. As I start the first episode, my ears are assailed by a Cockney accent so bad, it feels like the voice actor had a vendetta against the British. Oi, Sebastian, you're the most handsome butler who ever butlered. I simply am. Good as hell at being a butler. I get so distracted by the voice acting, I almost forget to text Gangle about the anime I'm watching. I'm watching Blue Butler right now. Oh. Did I double click? I did double click, but sometimes I click once and it doesn't do anything, so I'd click again and I may have missed some text. That's my bad. A few other students walk into the lounge and start making spaghetti, but they pay me no mind as they watch Gangle's recommendation. She texts me back before the first episode is half over. Oh gee, that one's so cute. Who's your favorite member of the serving staff aside from Sebastian? I think for a moment. Randolph, I guess. I think it's kind of funny how he's super strong but super clumsy. As I watch the episode, Sebastian and his charge, Chris Hampton 5, are trying to investigate a murder in a museum. Randolph runs into the room enthusiastically, but accidentally collides with a dinosaur's leg bone, knocking it over on top of Chris and Sebastian, pinning him into place while Randolph apologizes for his gaffe. I can't help but laugh out loud, earning me a confused look from Ragatha and Pomni, who are in the middle of boiling pasta, but they quickly go back to cooking. I guess Randolph is okay. I fade in. The one girl who just chases Sebastian around all the time? Yeah. It's funny and cute the way she chases him around. I shrug. In the middle of the next episode, Sebastian ends up catching Chris as he falls from a building. As Sebastian sprawls in the snow behind his young charge, the two end up in a rather suggestive position. I decided to text Tangle about her questionable choice in anime. It's just kind of par with the course. This is one of those boy love anime, because I hate gay people. Yeah. Stop judging it. Is Black Butler gay? I've never seen it. There's just some cute scenes. The mangaka is just a little weird about the relationship between Sebastian and Chris. Isn't Sebastian like 666 years old and Chris is barely a teenager? If you're just gonna judge it, skip it. Don't complain about my favorite animes. Just teasing you. Meanie. I keep watching Blue Butler late into the night, texting with Gangle until I feel a gentle tap on my shoulder. She would be an RA. I say that like I have issues against RAs. I really don't. I don't know. My interactions with every RA is like, hey, do you want to take time out of your day to do a meeting with me? I'll go, sure, later. And then I try to avoid them for like 3 months, and then eventually they get me. And then it takes like 5 minutes, so I don't know why I avoided them for 3 months. And that's happened, 20 times now. It's our RA, Ragatha. She motions for me to take my headphones off enough to hear her, which I do. Hey, Robin, don't you think it's getting kind of late? I look around myself to see that it's completely dark outside. Ragatha and Pomni managed to cook and eat dinner and go back into their dorms. I completely lost track of time texting Kangle and watching anime. Oh, sorry. It's no trouble, Robin. You must really like that show. Ragatha appears at the scene, and of course it's another weird sequence. This time Sebastian and Chris ended up in a sauna together, and Sebastian's towel fell off. You can't see anything, but Chris is blushing furiously, and a lot is being implied. Why is anime always like this when someone else walks into the room? That reminds me of... Yeah, because I used to have like a sort of desk type job, where I worked at a desk. And so I would have my phone up and I would watch anime, and I didn't realize that the reboot of Ranma 1.5 was gonna show partial nudity, but I found out at the same time as my boss, who was coincidentally walking behind me, did. And that is there's my tragic backstory as to why I don't watch anime in public. That's it. But I don't work there anymore. For probably unrelated reasons. Why is it always... Oh, I already did this. Robin, I didn't think I'd have to tell you this, but you can't watch porn in the... That is... Ooh. I don't know why that caught me so off guard. That's funny. That's terrifying. I would not know how to be in my situation. Oh my gosh. In college too. I guess this is like, it's sort of based off of high school, but they're all adults, so it feels more like college. There's no RAs in high school. I don't know, it's a weird little merge to make it a little bit more tropey, I guess. Alright. I think I have to tell you this, but you can't watch porn in the lounge. This isn't porn. I try defensively, but it's really hard to defend the scene. especially as Chris blushes furiously and characters on screen react suggestively to Sebastian's exposed manhood. I'll just turn it off. I think that would be best. She watches me as I close out the browser and turn off the computer. As I leave, she pulls out a bottle of hand sanitizer and cleans the computer station. I'm gonna need to find a new place to watch anime. I walk back to my room, head hung low. As I lay down, I get another text from Gangle. So, you still watching Blue Butler? Ragatha caught me in the middle of the sauna episode. She asked me to not use the lounge computer. She didn't exactly say that, but I have a feeling that it was implied. Oh, boo. How about we watch anime on the library computer together tomorrow? I'll tell Ragatha we're using it to get references for our art for the Culture Festival. Sounds fun. But let's keep it to PG anime. I don't want anyone thinking I watch those sorts of shows. Just a few bad scenes. The sauna scene isn't even that bad. When Chris gets poisoned and Sebastian has to massage the antidote lotion into his back. That's a spicy scene. She's so cute, even when she's being a weirdo. Fine, I'll pick something safe for school tomorrow. I look forward to it. Me too. Sleep well, Gangle. You too, Robin. It's weird. It is a weird experience. I don't know. I think your name. Gangle from the Amazing Digital Circus knows my name. It feels very, I don't know, it's it's silly. I'm really happy I should spend a day with Gangle. If I could keep spending this kind of time with her, I think I'll enjoy every day I spend at the school. Oh, and that is where I'm going to have to end it off. My voice is tired. I've been reading for well over an hour now. On the next episode of Rob on the Squared Pound, I imagine the last 3 days will probably be shorter than the first 2. Wow, my voice. Oh, my mouth can't word no good. I'll finish Gangle's route next time, and then we'll see about doing all 6. I'm having a lot of fun, actually. I thought it would lean more into I thought this would be more like the Colonel Sanders dating sim, where it's, it kind of plays at the tropes. It's really more about the comedy, but this is taking it, like, surprisingly earnestly, and there's a lot of, I don't know, it's cute. There's a lot of fun to be had, and just, I don't know, it very much feels like watching, like, a genuinely solid romance show. And then it just also happens that there's Pomni from the Amazing Digital Circus there. It almost makes me wish I chose somebody else's name so I could just have a little less, like, I don't know. It's fun watching somebody date Gangle from the Amazing Digital Circus. It feels a little weird to have it be me. Or a facsimile of me, rather, but I think I'm still having a lot of fun. I think it's cute. There's a lot of art. There's a lot of effort in this. This, for a free fan game that anyone can download right now. Seriously, I'm not going to choose every single option in this game. If there's something I chose that you wouldn't have chose, go play this game and choose it yourself, because this is fantastic for an entirely free game. I hope whoever these devs are, I hope they get together and make an actual or a dating sim that maybe with their own characters that they can make money off of. Because, oh wow, doing all this for free, that's crazy. But yeah, well, I guess this is the first proper Let's Play video on the channel. That is something. Yeah, but I need to take a bit of a break. My voice is deaf. Yeah. If you, hey, I'll finish dating Gangle next episode, but maybe start trying to comment now. Who should I date next? Should I go for Jax? I feel like that'll be like the main one. Should I date Kinger? That feels weird. Uh, Hopefully not Ragatha because I still haven't figured out her voice, but I guess that would kind of force me to figure out her voice. Maybe you can make it up to Zubul. Bye. Since we kind of made her mad this episode. Yeah. Just let me know. And I kind of want to see what all the routes are. And so yeah, just let me know what's up. See you all next time.